You're live.
Finally, I think I figured this out.
You're live.
Um, I'm live. Wow,
Yeah.
my first official live session. Or
Yeah.
is it or is it sesh? Is this a sesh? Um, so this is week one in review. I also want to see if we can get some people in here. Um, get some feedback, constructive criticism. Go easy, and yeah, just get some chat going. So a little description of this is first week of Sam versus Wild. It's officially in the books. Um, I don't know. How are you doing today? Are you not you're not here? So anyways, apparently someone's in here but not talking. So that's not weird. I guess this being my first week on YouTube, it's been a learning experience, like a lot.
Now can
Yeah.
you hear me?
What's up?
I can't see the chat if I'm in here.
Huh. I'll try to see what's going on.
No, it's just you just have to be in control of it. I shared it on my stream on my community post.
Oh, okay, so I muted that because that's usually my downfall is having that reverb or whatever. So what I was saying was kind of giving a recount of this first week for me on YouTube, and I just hit like 100 subscribers, which is I think pretty cool. Um, it'd be awesome to see like how interactive they stay.
Right.
But does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I want to build I wouldn't say a fan base, but just kind of just build a little community that I'm part of, and checking them out as well and supporting them in whatever their endeavors are. But getting back to like week one, it was learning curve galore. There's so many different things. I remember I was struggling. I was like, man, my channel art sucks. And so then I kind of was checking out some tutorials and stuff like that. And I put that together. It's very basic. I get it, but I also wanted to show that I'm pretty much like a jack of all trades. I've done a little bit of everything, and there's more to come. I'm learning every day, not just in the aspect of the outdoors, but just so many different things that intrigue me. And then I might get to be like a fanatic, and I just pour myself and um, overindulge in it. And some might call that obsessing, but I don't. It's negative. Um, so that was one uh, learning challenge, was like challenge the channel art. But I also wanted to talk about like my footage. I know it's very one dimensional. There's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of contrast, and um, that's for lack of editing, because that's definitely what week 2 or 3, and we're not there yet. I guess technically we are, so I'm gonna have to step it up on the editing. I know that. The exciting part is my son. He's 10 years old. His name's Legion. He's an awesome kid, and you'll see him slowly. As we near the end of school, he'll be coming out more often and partaking in some of the projects and stuff like that. But the cool thing is he's in like guitar lessons and stuff like that, and he's gonna be record the intro music. So he has this hook down, and it's awesome. I like it. It's kind of like an old western kind of. It's not upbeat, but it's mellow. It's like a cowboy kind of theme.
Who are you talking
And
about?
my son,
Oh, okay.
and he's gonna, we're gonna record him, and that'll be my intro music for future recordings and videos that I post once I get the editing done. But that's just another because this is an evolving process, and you're not going to get it right out the gate unless you're paying like top dollar or you're just really super smart. and I'm neither. um,
Do you see Big Hack in the chat?
I do now. Yes, now it was like buffering. The chat was. So we got Big Hack. What's up? What's up? We got High Velocity, and let's see. That's it. That's all we got. And then you, but that's a start. So. Um, So again, it's just like stepping it up on the editing and stuff like that. And I got some short-term goals, in mind. One is kind of like, so with the bow saw that I showed, and there's some like the whittling of the spoons and stuff. I got it done. It was efficient, but it's not exactly like top notch. I know there's always room for improvement. So I'll be acquiring some different woodworking tools, different tripods for my camera gear and stuff like that. Because I have like a camera, I have a camcorder, got my GoPro, all that stuff. So it'll be nice. Different short-term goal is just I want to reach probably 500 subscribers by the end of this month. Maybe it's over ambitious. I don't know. We'll see. But doesn't hurt to try. I'm very motivated. I want to be putting a lot of content on here. Another goal is I want to go like live at least 3 times a week, updating different projects, and then also sharing maybe some learning experiences that I've experienced in that week. And then maybe the game plan changes. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and then also just posting different videos almost daily. We'll see how that goes. Again, maybe a little over ambitious, but long-term goal, I want to do a series, and I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but exciting news! I talked to one of my friends at work, and he has like 3 acres with a pond that has fish in it and everything. And he said, I like what you're doing. Would you ever consider kind of like, you want to build on my property, help me clean up the deadfall? You can take down some trees for me, et cetera, et cetera. It's his land. He owns 3+ acres. And I was like, well, yeah, that sounds awesome. I just don't want it to be a distraction to him and his family, or an eyesore or anything like that. And he's like, oh no, it's dense. There's plenty of on the south end of the pond. It's kind of facing away from his house or whatever. And he's giving me the green light. So I'm excited. And with that just transpired today, I think I could do weekly episodes, or in moderation. So I want to do at least 2 visits a month, where one day at least put in a solid 8-10 hours of work, whether it's clearing and processing wood, and then the next day come back and start to slowly build. And we probably, so this is the next stage of the the process. I have to decide what structure I want to build, because now I actually have it's a tangible. I have a place to go, privacy, all that stuff, and I'm excited. So these next coming weeks, it'll be fun. Crawdad season just opened today, so I got my crawdad traps ready. Crab season opens in I think like another month and a half or 2 months, and there's trout, there's stocked lakes that have been open, all this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, so it'll be fun. But I wonder if Kristen's still here. Still here? You being quiet? You left? She left. Probably talking to High Velocity Savage. Oh, okay. Hey, have fun with my chick. Well, if you were on more, I would be talking to you, but you're not. So there's that. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to touch base real quick, and wasn't too active this week. I have other things going on with work. Got the driving competition because I drive school bus, and so the regionals are this weekend, this Saturday, and a little backlog of that. I've been driving school bus. This is my second school year, but last year at regionals, ended up taking third, which qualified me at the state level. Ended up taking first at the state level, which qualified me for nationals. Went to nationals in Texas back in March, and ended up placing fourth. So fourth in the nation was it. I knew I could have done better. So that's the exciting part. So now that I've kind of went through the whole series of events, it's starting over again. And regionals is this Saturday. I haven't put too much practice time into it. That might be my downfall. I don't know. But I've also improved drastically since last year's regional. So don't want to be overconfident or anything like that. But we'll see. So again, that's kind of why I haven't been going out to the woods and during my breaks or whatever. Although like 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? Anyways, I needed a nap, and so I ended up going out to just not too far from my work, and I built like a little shelter, improvised shelter, made a bed in there, leveled some ground, took out the rocks and stuff like that, and then put down some bedding. And yeah, it was nice. Checked on it today, still there, which is weird because it's like right next to it. So Hash, see if you can see some. I don't know if you know what this is, but this is the arm to your bow saw. Still need to bevel it out, but and then sand it down, or just whittle it a little bit more. But it's got good shape to it. I have some kind of girthy hands, but it's good. It's going to be a nice solid piece. Might not send this out yet because I'm coming into some different wood from one of my friends. He has property and he's got like maple and like some nicer hardwoods on his property. So might be checking that out and seeing how that is. Lean-to, yeah. So the lean-to was awesome though. It was a lot of fun, and it took me about an hour. It was already some trees that had fallen over in a windstorm, so I just took to cleaning it up, trimming it up, and I think the funnest part was making it without any actual like yarn or twine or anything like that. Anything you would normally fashion joints together and stuff like that for reinforcement. But hey, we keep that as a prototype. Yeah, I wouldn't. I like it. This is good, but I'm not gonna sit. The more I look at it, I see, like that. There's a knot right here, so I better not do that again. But when I send out, it'll be quality, and I'm pretty happy. All right, Hash. We'll see you in a bit. Thanks for stopping by. What's up? What's up? Thanks for stopping by, JNR. This is my bow saw. Made it. It's pretty wicked. I love it. Sturdy. I'm gonna snap now. So I'm gonna start pumping these out, cranking these out. I don't know. I have some friends that have requested that I make them some, and I think I'll just do those, obviously for free until I get it down solid. But I mean, these things, the blade works well, but the angle that the blade is held at and all that other stuff, and there's not a lot of wiggle room. So these things are solid. I like them. I'm gonna probably make a walking stick bow saw that I saw, and it looks kind of awkward, kind of, I don't know, just kind of bulky, because essentially it when it breaks down, it it's just a walking stick like a staff. But then when you break it apart and you set it up, it's an X, and then it's got the blade on the bottom. Oh, maybe that's better. Yeah, it's like an X, and then the saw blade goes across the bottom. But yeah, like I said, I'll mess with that, and we'll see how it actually works. For the most part, I mean, it seems like it would. But for those of you who don't know, this is my first time going live effectively with a Google Hangout going. I do not know how to like get a phone number or whatever to have people call in. I guess you can do it through email or whatever and send out the invites, but that's just another stage in the evolution. Just gonna try to learn all that and see what kind of audience we could draw. I've seen some of them, some of these other streams that are like really active, and they're for promotions and stuff like that, like promoting. You just jump in and they give you a shout out. Those are cool. That's kind of how I got to the number I'm at. I think I'm at like 100 subscribers, but for 1 week, that's all right. People have been really kind, leaving awesome comments and just kind of leaving some encouragement. So, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody I've kind of chatted with. So one question I do have, I don't know if anyone's on here for the live right now, but I see that my subscriber number keeps fluctuating. It goes up and then comes back down, and maybe 30 minutes later it's back up again. I don't know if that's a normal thing, or people just kind of they subscribe and check it out and then they don't like it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody can tell me. That'd be awesome, because I'm kind of curious. Yeah, JNR guide service. That's true. It's it'll get better. I'm one of those. I'm a very optimistic guy. I feel when you want to progress at something, you can. You just have to put the effort in, and I have no problem asking for help and asking other people who are doing it more efficiently than I am. And I kind of take that and try to mirror them, not copy them, but just see what they're doing and implement that. 269. Hey, we all start somewhere, right? Yeah, networking is key. So with and numbers will fluctuate. Okay, that's good to know. I'm not going to take it personal, but like with work, what I do, again, bus driving, I go to conferences and workshops and stuff like that. And that's one of the main things everybody's always told me, like, oh, you're gonna get out there, you can get out there. Yeah, learn is good to continue to learn. It's a never ending process and journey, which I enjoy. But more importantly, network, because if there's no lectures being given or any classes to be attended, how do you get the information? But if you meet people who, and I tend to gravitate higher, so I go after, like directors or transportation supervisors or coordinators or whatever. I try to meet all these interesting people who have a wealth of knowledge. And so if I actually encounter a problem or just need that information, I have resources. And so that's what, just to validate your statement, networking, it's huge. It is huge. So JNR, 2 years, and you've gotten, you're at 269, but I have a sense that you're starting to push more now, if I'm reading that statement right. If they subscribe and then if they don't take the same interest, they will tend to not watch. Yeah, and so again, that you beg the question, like, you're going to subscribe. It doesn't hurt your account if you don't click the alarm or the little bell or whatever it is, because you're not going to get updates, right? So that's why I'm curious whether or not, you know, they're actually unsubscribing, or if the numbers are just kind of more of a glitch, or I don't know, just not as accurate. Thought there was buttons up here. Just the power button, I guess. Oh, I blocked the camera. Yeah, I appreciate any help. Any help you can give me is much appreciated. Like I said, I'm very new. I want to learn how to, you know, I tuned into a different channel 2 nights ago or whatever, and the guy had like his Google Hangouts phone number posted like in his background, which I thought was really impressive. So, you know, hopefully I'll start figuring that kind of stuff out. And then also, like, people were saying in the Google Hangouts, if you click on links, like, you could just post the link, but that's not actually what I'm seeing on my screen. So I don't know. Maybe I set it up wrong. Who knows? Oh, I just remembered because I just started a Facebook page as well. So I'm gonna put that on there. It's on my Facebook. Where's it at? So if you're new, chiming in or checking in, Sam vs. Wild actually does have a new Facebook. Just created it yesterday, and I think I'm already up to like 80 something likes, which is pretty cool. Although I did send out a lot of invites. I'm actually trying. My computer's acting so slow right now. It's crazy. Excuse me. We'll been on for 3 months. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You know, you never know who you're going to get online. So that's the wild card factor, which is still kind of entertaining. I think we had a really good session for the most part, and he's a funny guy. Funny guy. I'd love to talk again. So if you're listening, which would probably be an honor because you seem pretty established on here, on the book or the YouTube, the interweb. What are you doing? Paste. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh, drat. So I guess Kristen's back, but see, just be yourself, be humble, honest, and everything should come together. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't want to, you know, I'm old enough where I'm not really going to change. I'm still. I said this on somebody else's feed a couple days ago that I'm very much a late bloomer, and so because of that, you know, like people have like so much of an advantage. They have so much of a head start. They're more well established. So anything I ever do, I hit it hard because I know I'm way behind, and it served me well for the most part. I mean, some people get annoyed by it because they think, oh, you need to pay your dues and you need to wait your time, wait 10 years or whatever, and then you'll be there. But it's like, no, I don't accept that. if you have an insatiable, you know, desire or for knowledge, like why should you have to sit back, you know? And no, like just go get it, make it yours, you know, run with it. You know, I implore everybody I meet and talk to who are on the cusp of um, going after. Oh, it kicked you out. I don't know if I can. I could try to add you again, but yeah, I want to see everybody succeed, whatever they want to do. You know, just you have content that people enjoy or that you enjoy, just keep pumping out the content. I appreciate those words, man, because that's, you know, I appreciate critiquing, and I really do. It gives me insight as to what I can improve on, or but to each their own, and one opinion might not be reflective or indicative of the, you know, general population or whatever, however you want to phrase it. So, you know, I guess I'll just do you, boo, something like that. um, Hello. Yeah, it's a hard name, so I'm going to call you the BT channel because I do not want to mispronounce what is probably a beautiful name. So thank you for chiming in. Oh wow, you can even add moderators. That's cool. See, I'm learning. It's awesome. A lot of fun. Oh, so what I was going to do was go to my Google Hangout window, copy the link, and then post that in my Facebook. Check me out. A lot of YouTube can, yeah, and that's awesome that I met Kristen through like Savage and CV Customs, and you know, so Kristen's helped me introduce me to different people within her community, and those people are all awesome. Um, and they're very supportive and they're funny. Like I was actually able to join it was like a three-way call with Shay and Kristen, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of laughs, but more importantly, just meeting, you know, the community. So um, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, she is great. A little tired. It's been a long day. Actually, had a really busy day. Savage is cool dude. Yeah, he is. He's a brother from another mother. A lot of heart that guy has. But yeah, I got off work at like, I don't know, it was a little past 5, and then I had to go immediately to this fire station because they were doing a community feed, and I made a dish, and then you know, got all cleaned up and served, you know, dinner for these people. And they're all very appreciative and nice people. Uh, so that was good. That kind of like just, you know, puts things in perspective, but more importantly, it feels good to be able to help. You know, I just made like a pot of rice, like Mexican rice, and took it over there, and they do it the first Wednesday of every month, and they asked me to go back and do it again next month. And I actually am really looking forward to that. I'm going to try to get, you know, hook in some of my coworkers to go help serve the food with me, or you know, at least help out somehow. You know, whether you're picking up the plates or just go around and talk to them, because too often we get too busy, you know, and we just walk by people. And we don't even literally give them the time of day, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. I mean, I'm sure I've done it before. What's new? Update. My new update, I guess my biggest update is that I have private land, not mine, but it was offered to me to use for continued footage. And then that way I don't have to worry about, you know, somebody messing with my structures or whatever. Endless resources of trees, dead and, you know, still live standing, but obviously I want to use the dead ones first. And it's right next to, there's a pond that is on this guy's property. It has fish in it. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. And it just keeps me busy. And me and my buddies, we can go out there together. And ultimately, this will be the, depending on what structure it is, this will be my series. Because I want to do, you know, and who knows how many episodes are going to be in it, but I'm excited. Am I allowed to hunt it? Usually the hunting goes with the owner's approval, and so people will, you know, if they have the elk herds, because we have a lot of elk up here in Washington, and if they, if you know the landowner, you can ask for permission to hunt that ground. And yeah, I'm stoked because, you know, I have a few people from work who own property around here, and the elk herds go through it. One of my other buddies, he's an older gentleman, Randy Agnew, if you're watching. This is about you. Yeah, he showed me pictures of a bear last year that was just kind of dinking around on his property and passing through. And he, I asked him about it not too long ago, a couple months ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen that bear around. You know, he probably went out and got new territory." And then just, I think it was today, he showed me a picture, and the bear had come back, and it was obviously a year later, so it's, you know, bigger. And he was, you know, pointing out the little the characteristics of the head and how the head changes into adulthood, and the ears kind of draw back a little. And he was pointing it out in the pictures. He's like, "Oh yeah, this guy, he's old enough," and he was good size. But he said, "Yeah, if you want him, you can come get him." So obviously, I'll have to look into the legal ramifications of a bad decision if it turns out to be a bad decision. But yeah, there's a lot of game I want to go after. I want to beaver. I've talked about that a lot. And so I found a beaver colony. Want to get an elk. I want to get a bear. And it's not just for sport. I want to, you know, process it, eat it. And obviously that's a lot of meat. All those, you know, above aforementioned, except for the beaver. But that's a lot of meat. You know, it's like, you know, I have a nice 6-foot reach-in freezer, but it's not going to fit all that. So you can help and benefit a lot of other people by, you know, processing that meat and then giving it out. Yeah, I'm not. So hunting, you know, I know it's you know, it's a skill, it's an art, it's a trade. Being stealthy, and there's a lot of different moving parts in that. Nice. Going hunting in early December. Sweet. I bet you're stoked about that. Probably bow hunting. But yeah, I don't doubt that I could take the shot. It's just whether, you know, whether or not you get to take the shot. Does that make sense? Like, you can be doing everything right, and sometimes they're just not there. Same thing with fishing. I used to commercial fish out in Alaska, and whether it was crabbing or fishing, you know, every hook can be getting baited with squid, and the squid is a perfect consistency, temperature, all that stuff, perfect size, and every hook is grabbing as it goes overboard. But if the fish aren't there, the fish aren't there. You could be stealthy, no overpowering scents, not, you know, excessively noisy or whatever, cool, calm, and collected. But if there's no game in that area, you know, it's all for naught. So you're going with a rifle? What kind of rifle are you going with? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And a lot, again, we, like I was saying earlier, we get wrapped up so much in our everyday lives and like goal setting and like, I'm not going to be happy unless I make this amount of money, or I'm not going to be content unless I find this kind of spouse or whatever, or drive this kind of car. But um, the journey, getting there, all that experience, all that time and effort and sacrifice and everything, that's the enjoyable part for me. Because I can have nothing to show for all my years, but I have, obviously the stories don't pay the bills, but I have a wealth of experience in so many different areas. And ultimately, heaven forbid I was to die tomorrow, I can be like, you know what, I lived a good life. I tried as much as I could to be a fair person and be good to my brothers and sisters, whether they're blood related or not. Just try to do right by everybody. And so now I'm kind of like, well, I want to make a difference. That's my thing. I wake up, I try to learn one thing a day, teach one thing a day, and help one person a day. And I believe like if you do at least two of those three things a day, you will not have wasted one day of your life. So learn one thing a day, teach one thing a day, and help somebody. And all of those can be kind of intertwined. So like say you learn something and you're actually able to teach it to somebody the next day. And in result, you're actually helping somebody. It's such a rewarding experience. So yeah, 30 out of 6. Nice. Yeah, man. I've had my time of being kind of a woe is me, and it never served a purpose, and I literally went nowhere, and so now I'm just kind of again playing catch up. I'm late bloomer. I'm awake now, and so it's exciting to see anything that happens. Whether it's out in the bush, learning all these new things, and feeling more efficient and more capable, even because a lot of us, like, who can do some of these things, making your own shelter or whatever in a pinch, because you never know what's going to come up, um, what kind of setbacks we're going to have, or whatever. It's always good to have these traits and then to pass them on to other people so they can be, so they're not ill-equipped. But dun, 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 dun. So yeah, I think I've been going live for I don't even know how long. Almost 40 minutes. Oh, doing that stuff. Yeah, it's good. I'm definitely gonna check out some more pages, and that's one thing that I truly apologize for. I know I've gotten a lot of likes and subscriptions and stuff like that. I'm trying to like go back into all these feeds and like everybody else's stuff too, and I love seeing all the content from other people's accounts and stuff. It's really cool to see that just some of the stuff that again you think about and you don't even give it another thought because it doesn't truly affect you or pertain to your immediate situation, but to somebody else it does. And to see their passion and like all the cool stuff they come up with, oh my gosh, I got lost in YouTube can consume a lot of your time if you let it. So yeah, I want to see your pictures, man. Pictures, movies, videos, whatever you got. I'm excited. I have like a I was very new. I was setting up my YouTube channel, and I ended up like downloading a video editor or something, and I ended up throwing all my videos in one thing. So it was like it came out to like exactly like 1 hour, 0 minutes, and like 16, 0.16. And I left it up there, and it's not listed currently because I want to break it down. I want to edit it. There's so many cool videos that I just had forgotten about. It like me and my daughter playing with crawdads that we caught, and like they're big, like they got decent sized hands, and she's playing with them with a measuring tape and stuff like that. And then her playing with the crabs, like red rock crab that I caught. And, just videos of us like processing them and all kinds of stuff. So I'll be posting more stuff after I get it edited. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Don't really have a lot of comments going. I know I'm new, so I got to build a base and advertise it a little bit better. But I appreciate everybody who did stop by, and those who threw some comments in there. It's been a lot of fun. If you guys want to see anything, send me a message or a comment or whatever. And yeah, it's a learning experience for sure. I appreciate everyone. Like I said, this week, these next couple coming weeks are going to be exciting. I'll have some really good footage because I got nothing but ideas, and now I have a place to do it without worrying about all the formation things. So, all right, thank you so much. Take care, guys.